Jatin, from your perspective, therefore, the impact on construction because of maybe on one side, say, cheaper raw material, coming from China because China will not be able to export to US and therefore it will look for other markets per se. Is that a situation we can take advantage of, and will that help therefore?
I think I'll just second Professor Aman brought in very and articulated it very well. The point here is that if I help you to break down a residential construction cost, right, which is say about 2.5 to 3,000 rupees a square foot, your 1,500 rupees a structure cost, right, and that is primarily the steel and concrete and brickwork, and which is all, as Professor also articulated, is being from the country, right? Right now, balance is what? Balance is your windows, which is UPVC windows, your painting, your tiling, and your bath and fittings, right? They are all also to a larger extent because of all the policies of our last 5 years. You have seen a lot of companies setting up their shops in the country. Okay. Most of the goods are manufactured within the country and consumed within the country, right? Now, there are areas like if I'm doing a very high-end house, very high-end house, I might buy kitchens, I might buy furnitures from Italy or from China or some artifacts or some sculptures or some specialized light fixtures. But the proportion of that, of if I take a 3,000 rupees as a bracket,
that's a fairly small one.
That will be only about 5% or 6%. Yeah. Now, what will be that impact because of tariff? Sure. Is not very significant, right? So these are my views around it. Yes, there is going to be another impact of this tariffs on the how the sale velocity of the residential house will move, because a lot of these investments will now start coming down. You already seen a 24 to 30% drop in the large about 8 to 9 cities in the first quarter itself, which I'm saying Jan, Feb, March, April, right? Sure. You're seeing the 24% downside on the sales velocity of the residential apartments across these 9 cities. So sure. That might be an impact because now some investments of some investors or the bulk users or someone who's buying a second, third home might pull it back. But again, this is just the first quarter.
Staying with the construction and the supply side economics of it, really. The trade war, there are, as you rightly pointed out, raw materials and other units that go into construction of residential real estate primarily we are mostly self-dependent today, right? Because of policies and everything. We are insulated from any such impact that is largely going to happen, right? But is there a lost opportunity there, therefore, right? That if you could have tapped this situation and got cheaper products.
So largely, if you see, Prasun, that over the 4-5 years back or 3-4 years back, a lot of these tiles used to be imported from China, right? Because they were bulk producers of tiles. The light fixtures, for that example, were used to be imported from China and assembled in country too, right? To get away with the policies of the government of India. So tile was one point. You had chiller systems in case someone is doing a air conditioning and it's a large apartment. You can have chillers coming in from there. You can have elevators coming in from China. You could have tiles coming in from China. You could have doors and windows also coming from China or Vietnam or Thailand or Southeast Asia, right? So those geographically over the last 3-4 years, as I mentioned you, the demand of those imports have come down quite a lot, is my understanding of this market. There is a little bit of demand, but that has been also because of the increased the cost of transportation, the increased cost of the taxes and levies and anti-dumping duties, etc., has led to the emergence of local markets becoming more self-sufficient. Yes, they will be. I accept your point that there will be significant, there will be some impact, but that's not going to be very significant, is my take.